When Luna's father died, she found his old brass compass at the bottom of a drawer, its glass scratched, its needle trembling, even when she held it still. He used to take it on every hiking trip, insisting it knew the way better than he ever could. As a child, she believed him. As an adult, she suspected he'd simply liked having something certain to hold on to. Now, in the fog of her grief, she wasn't sure certainty even existed. Still, she put the compass in her pocket when she set out on the wooded trail behind the house. The forest was familiar, but in the months since the funeral, everything familiar felt different, as though grief had shifted the coordinates of the whole world. Halfway up the ridge she stopped. The wind pressed against the trees, brushing her face like a hand she kept expecting to feel again. She pulled out the compass. The needle spun in a slow, confused circle. Great, she muttered. You're lost too. She waited for it to settle, but it didn't. The longer she watched it waver, the more she felt the strange tightness behind her ribs, the kind that came before tears. She sank onto a rock and let the forest hum around her. Maybe grief was like this broken compass, she thought. Not a guide, not a path, but a restless needle swirling around a center you can't quite see. People always talked as though mourning had a direction, forward, onward, through. But sitting there in the dappled light, Luna realized grief wasn't something you navigated in a straight line. It was something you learned to move with, even when it spun wildly and refused to point north. She held the compass in both hands. Dad, she whispered, I don't know where I'm going. For a moment, nothing changed. Then, as the wind softened, the needle floated, wavered, and finally, slowly, stilled. Not perfectly, not decisively, but enough. Luna took a breath. She didn't know if the compass was pointing the right way. She didn't know if there was a right way. But she stood, slipped it back into her pocket, and began to walk. Our ornament theme this year is compass. Compasses have been used for millennia to find direction, and even today, when Google Maps fails us, we could think of grief journeys like a compass that's a little too close to magnetic north. Just like the story said, the needle does not always seem to point in the direction we thought it might, and instead just spins, leaving us wondering where to go. So we take steps together with those around us, maybe here at the Coping Center, or maybe with those nutritious people around us who make our journey easier. It's our hope here at Coping that God will bring you a few moments of peace through this difficult season.